Hey guys, it's your girl Ashy.
Game over.
Oh my god. I'd been screaming and crying so much that my throat was now bone dry. I couldn't manage more than a whimper. My throat was actually in a lot of pain. It burned like someone had cut it wide open. Kizami had raised the knife as if he were about to kill me, but for some reason, he just froze like that. And all I could do was lie there, struggling to breathe. Aside from his heavy panting, I could only hear the sound of my own chattering teeth. What is going on? I don't want to die. I want to see my big brother again. Even if it's just one last time. I breathed in as deeply as I could, then mustered every last bit of strength I had. I wanted to call out with all my might. I wanted to call for help. Big brother! No good. The sentiment was there, but the words couldn't possibly have been heard by anyone else, except the person I didn't want to hear them. Big brother won't know to come to help me if that's as loud as you can go. Big brother! Big brother! Big brother! Oh god. My strained scream seemed to snap Kizami out of his trance. He brought the tip of his knife down onto my cheek, but didn't break the skin. You do know that no matter how much you scream, no one's coming to save you, right? He was looking down at me with blank, empty eyes. It was like he'd just woken up from a really long dream. Big brother is going to come. I was absolutely certain about that. He may not have found me yet, but I knew he was looking. He was worried and looking all over for me. It was only a matter of time. Big brother is my prince after all, and the prince always comes to rescue his princess. That's a bit incestuous. He's not coming. After all, he's already here. Your big brother is right here. He's... Shut your mouth. My struggle to get out the words came to an abrupt end as Kizami's hand pressed hard down on my face, covering my nose and mouth and suffocating me. For all the pain and fear I was feeling, I knew I had a chance to fight back, so I opened my mouth and I bit down hard on his palm. Gah! It must have bitten even harder than I thought. I could taste his blood. It was warm and minerally. It slid down my parched throat, easing a little bit of the pain and dryness. Oh. He is coming! Big brother is coming for sure! I just kept shouting. I didn't care if these were the last words I ever said. I had no regrets. I just wanted to cry out. Big brother! Big brother! You got it, voice actor. He's not coming. He's not coming. He's not coming. He's not coming. Your big brother is not coming. God. What the fuck's going on? It all happened in an instant. Kizami just grabbed his head in both hands and let out a cry of pain that didn't even sound human. What is it? What is this? What the hell is this voice I'm hearing? Did I really want a little sister? I did. I wanted a little sister. Someone weaker than I. Yes. Someone who needed me. But was it really a little sister that I wanted? That's right. If I had a little sister, I'd change. My head. What is going on? He grabbed his head again and began stumbling around. He looked like he was in real pain. There were even tears in his eyes. Damn it! God damn it! God damn it all! What does it all mean? I don't need a reason. Not now. It's too late for that. Jesus Christ. This is who I am now. This is what I've become. Everything is mine. I've stomped out everyone in my way. And my head held high the whole time. Jesus, he's yelling in my ear. Are you okay? Does your head hurt? I have some headache medicine in my pocket. And why are you trying to help him? You can take some if you want. How has it come to this? If I had a little sister, maybe I'd have acted more like a big brother should. Yes, I'm sure of it. I'd have been just like my asshole brother when he was crying over me. Kizami? He fell to his knees and just stayed like that, not moving, maybe not even breathing. Oh my god. Oh god. After another unnerving yell, the huge man with the hammer just stood there, staring at me. He had blood splattered all over him. Somehow, though, I got the impression he wasn't going to attack me. Are you here to save me? He reached one hand towards me, slowly and gently. Though it may have been a little too slowly, he moved like a zombie, as if I were watching a TV show in slow motion. I'd be so scared. Oh my god. It almost seemed like he was afraid of me, though I was just a little girl tied to a table. What could he possibly think I'd do to him? Is there someone else here? He didn't answer. I wasn't even sure he heard the question. He wasn't looking at me. He was looking past me. I want to know what you're looking at. Kill her. It's Sachiko, isn't it? His mournful yell echoed throughout the room. My arms and legs suddenly went slack. I felt like I could move them now. Did he set us free? Slowly, I opened my eyes and confirmed that this enormous man had just smashed apart the dry nuts that were holding my hands and feet in place. I knew I didn't have much time. I tried my hardest to wake up my sleeping hands and feet and shake the broken, splintered ropes from my wrists and ankles. Kill her! Oh god. Shit. Consider all the options. My arms and legs were still so numb that I couldn't trust myself to get out of the room safely. I had to think of something else. I had to buy some time. It seemed like the little girl was pulling the huge man's strings, and he didn't really want to hurt me, so maybe I could reason with him? What are you doing? Kill her! Ah, what's wrong? He suddenly doubled over and began clawing at his throat, seemingly in a great deal of pain. Reasoning with him really wasn't going to work. He was too unstable, and if it came down to me or the little girl, I was pretty sure I wouldn't win. Now might be my best chance to escape. Might be able to get out from the front. No, the huge man is there. I can't get past him. Maybe if I find some way to distract him, I can make a break for it. Oh, Christ. There's a bottle on the ground filled with transparent liquid. Take it. I don't know what this is. I wonder what's in here. It's It's not water, is it? Oh, it's chloric acid. Okay. How long are you planning to squat there like that? Kill her. Instinctively, I threw the glass bottle at the huge man with the hammer. He flinched and stumbled backwards. His hammer was still raised, however, and smashed into one of the light bulbs in the ceiling, shattering it. It's dark. I might be able to get away now. Feeling a big and returning to my legs, so I wasted no time. Bitchily yelling, "Excuse me!" as I left, I darted through the dark lab, using what I remembered of its layout to avoid obstacles and reach the door. Oh my god, we made it. Did we make it? Hey, did you do that on purpose? Worthless scum! Fix it or you get no more rewards from me. Just go after her already. How many times have we crossed paths with that girl now? Maybe she has the paper scrap to keep her safe. Her fate hasn't been sealed yet. Jesus. I have to find somewhere to hide. I could hear the sounds of someone else running just a short distance in front of me. I couldn't make out who it was with any certainty, but I did briefly catch a glimpse of a figure retreating into the darkness, and it looked like... Big Brother? That was Big Brother just now, wasn't it? I took off in pursuit. If that was Big Brother, then I just had to catch up to him. Oh god. Is it actually him, though? Big Brother! Big Brother! He mustn't have heard me. His pace never slowed, and I saw him disappear around a corner. He's not stopping. I have to go after him. Big Brother! Big Brother! Oh god. He went round the corner. We went that way? Let's go like here and see what happens. Nothing. Okay. Oh. Let's try the classrooms, I guess. Big Brother. Big Brother, are you in here? It's Yuka. If you're here, please come out. He's not in here either. I don't see any good places to hide. The floor seems like it could give way any minute. I'm scared. Big Brother, where did you go? Low-key, I'm trying to see if there are any bodies. I like collecting name tags. I'm a bit of a weirdo. Okay, 1B. He's not in here. Oh. Some writing on here. May I have those fingernails? Huh? It's a wooden shelving unit with a glass door. It's hard to tell what's inside due to the darkness of the room, but it doesn't seem to be locked. The shelves are filled to overflowing with human hair. The sheer amount of it forces its doors wide open as soon as the latch is sprung. With some effort, the door is latched shut again, but there's hair all over the floor now and it smells awful. Ah, shit. Resist your fate. Oh god. Okay. Go upstairs. Fuck classroom 1C. Get the fuck out of there. Right now. What's my darkening at? 45? That's not good. Oh, fuck. There's so much. Okay. Fuck it. Second wing. We need to just get away from the science lab. What's going on? What's that noise? Suddenly, my field of vision started going topsy-turvy. Was I falling? It was an earthquake, but there was more than just that. The floor beneath me was moving up and down in time with the quake's left and right motion. Big brother! Big brother! I tried putting one hand on the floor for balance and getting back to my feet. I need to keep going after Big Brother, otherwise I'll lose his trail. I thought I'd done it. I was standing now, and I started getting used to the vibrations. As long as I hugged the walls, I could walk. But that quite literally came crashing down around me, soon enough. The wildly shaking floor cracked, then crumbled, and I was free falling. Are we okay? Oh no! I raised my head and found myself lying on top of a pile of rubble. I wasn't too much worse for wear though, all things considered. Where am I? I looked around me frantically, but saw nothing even remotely familiar. This was definitely someplace new. And it didn't feel much like a school anymore. The walls and floor were made from packed dirt and with only railroad ties keeping it all together. It's really musty down here. I knew I was underground. I had to be. It just felt that way. There were no windows anywhere, and based on the smell, there was no ventilation either. It's really hard to breathe. Oh no, Big Brother! Big Brother might have gotten caught off guard by that earthquake too, I thought. He could be down here. It was a big one after all. Maybe he was injured. Maybe he couldn't move. I have to find him right away. I tried pushing myself up from the pile of rubble, ready to shoot my feet and continue the search. That didn't last long, however. My hands and feet were still a little numb from the ropes, making it hard to keep my balance. I fell back onto my butt. Oh, my underwear was completely waterlogged like a full sponge. It squished unpleasantly on the debris, sending a cold chill through my entire body. That's disgusting. What's going on? Oh, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. Tears were welling up in my eyes. How could I be so pathetic? I forced myself to my feet, doing my best to ignore the squishy sensation. I won't be able to ignore it for long, though. I'm not reading that. I couldn't go on like this. I was going to get a rash or catch pneumonia or something, and every step was going to be its own form of mushy-gushy hell. Well, what could I do? I could take them off, but then what? Carry them with me? Ew. Leave them on the floor for someone else to find? No thanks. I swallowed my pride, held back my tears as best as I could, and waddled onward. Jesus. Right, I know there's a bathroom down here. Yeah, there is. We'll just go to the... see if the bathroom is usable. Is this an actual bathroom? With no protective seals and no weird smells. The only bathrooms I've seen up to this point were unusable. Charms on the door mysteriously sealing the room shut, bodies hanging in the stalls. But this looked to be a completely normal bathroom. Certainly the most normal I'd seen since getting stuck in this place anyway. What is that? There's a loose piece of wood on the ground here. Take it. Might be useful for something. Wonder if I can get in the stalls. I tried pulling on one of the wooden stall doors. Is anybody in here? I listened carefully for any hint of a response, even going so far as to hold my own breath. I guess if somebody did respond, it would be pretty scary. But there wasn't a single sound to be heard. The entire room was dead silent. The walls were made from packed dirt after all. There was a lot of moisture in the air. Effectively, this whole place was naturally soundproofed. This is perfect. There's nobody else around. I backed away from the stall slightly and almost tripped over a fairly sizable crack in the ground. about 5 centimeters wide and 1 centimeter thick. This might be a good spot to hide them. Oh god. Oh, I want to skip past this so much, I'm sorry. Totally buried and out of sight, there was no way anyone could come across them if they didn't know it was there. Satisfied, I stood up. Drafty! A lot better than wearing... Okay. But nothing but earthquakes since we got here. I wonder if this place will be okay. It seems even older than the school building. I peeked my head out from the bathroom and looked around. Nobody's out there, right? Brother! Big brother! My voice echoed a lot louder than I was expecting. It actually surprised me, considering the wet dirt walls. I didn't think sound would travel that far. Oh, I'm scared. Any of Big Brother's friends are nearby, please. I really want to wash my hands. I began walking through the hall once again, this time a bit slower and more unevenly due to exhaustion. Okay, where are we? Are we back where we started? No, we just walked out. Okay. We got the storehouse, which I think was basically where we first started. We've got the body pool and we've got the death room. I'm gonna take a peek in the death room real quick. See if there's any name tags. It's really dark in here. There are thoroughly decomposed remains on the table here. Based on general appearance and what's left of the deceased clothing, they appear to belong to a very young girl. Her name tag is still affixed to her chest. Great Harbor Elementary School, Mako Sakurai. Jesus. Oh, there's like buckets. It's a set of skeletal remains. There doesn't seem to be any way to determine gender from clothing or build alone. But there is a student ID name tag nearby bearing a traditionally feminine name. Komashiro Trade School, Sakura Motoi. No name tags in there. Oh god. Can we just not see any of this? There's a cabinet here that looks big enough to fit a whole person inside. It might make a good hiding spot. If anyone comes, maybe I should close myself inside here. But if anyone did come, it would be really scary. So maybe I should just get out of this room while I can. What was that noise? What was that noise? The door to the room suddenly slammed shut. And the inside of it was missing its doorknob, rendering it unopenable, of course. It seemed I'd been locked in. What do I do? Is there anything in here I can use in place of a doorknob? There's a nail puller shoved into the sink drain. Pull it out? Okay. If I stick this into the door, I might just be able to use it. I might just be able to use it like a doorknob. It worked. Now I can get out of here. Oh god. Alright, we got one name tag at least. Body pool. That sounds really positive right now. Oh god. The door to this particular room was shuddering ever so slightly, as if there were a breeze blowing against it, gently from the inside. I think I can open this. Slowly and hesitantly, I put both hands on the doorknob and started to turn. I guess I can go in. Alright, let's see what's in here. Hope it connects to an exit somewhere. It smells awful. As soon as the door opened even a crack, a powerful, horrible stench slammed into my face and twisted around my nasal cavities like a jet of water. This is the smell of something rotting. I was instantly feeling nauseous and lightheaded, as if I was suddenly deprived of oxygen. I can't do this, I need to get out of here. What is that noise? It sounded like water. Oh god. Is there water in here? Holding my nose, I stepped back into the room and crept over towards the source of the noise. If there were water here, maybe I could wash my hands, I thought. I bet it's blood. Where is it? My extreme thirst came back full force as well. Clean water was the greatest thing I could have possibly found at this point. It's probably blood. I accidentally kicked over a bucket, spilling its contents onto the ground in front of me. Countless flies immediately flew out from the overturned bucket and began swarming all around me. Their buzzing wings sounded up right against my ears as if they were attacking me. I let go of my nose and began flailing my arms wildly, attempting in vain to drive them away. I even see my hands in front of my face. As I haphazardly stumbled forward, I found my foot splashing in shallow liquid. Mere moments later, my hand came in contact with a wall and brushed against a switch. I heard a faint clicking sound and then... Oh! The lights blinked on and I got a clear look at the room I was standing in. Those bodies? A large portion of the floor had been dug out into something resembling a pool, which was filled with stagnant, discoloured water and dismembered bodies. The bodies were decomposing a lot faster than they naturally would on the account of the wetness. Most of them had swarms of maggots instead of flies. Several bodies had actually washed up on the ground outside the pool as well. Those few that still had limbs looked like they may lose them at any point. Their torsos were all swollen and black. Everything else was bone white. Hey, there's so many bodies in one place. The closest body was spurting a sappy mucus from its nose and mouth and staring at me with an ugly, mean expression. The thick fluid coming out of it was reddish-brown in colour and seemed to be a disgusting mixture of blood and dead bugs. What's that sound? Some sort of huge door high along the top of the wall opened up, and I could clearly feel a breeze blowing through the room. It was a trash chute? I could climb up here, maybe I can get back into the school building. What is that? I can hear something. It's getting closer. I was afraid of what might be coming through that hole, so I put some distance between it and myself. Something heavy fell from above and splashed into the pool, spraying my face with rotten, stagnant water. A bunny! A bunny! It hurts! It hurts! The body that had just fallen into the pool of water was wearing a school uniform. As soon as it touched the liquid, it began bubbling and melting into it as if it were a bag of ingredients tossed into a stew pot. One of the poor victim's lungs floated to the surface, giving the whole scene even more of a sick soup-like appearance. Oh. I need to get out of here now. I can't stay in here any longer. I dragged my wet foot on a dry part of the ground for a second or two, and made a dash for the door. As soon as I was back out in the hall, I fell to my knees in shock. I couldn't even move. The smell of death and decay was still sticking to me and trying to snake its way into my nose. It was all I could do to not throw up on the spot. I hadn't eaten anything for hours, so I'm not even sure I would have actually thrown up, but I still felt like I had to, more strongly than ever before. Maybe it would have been best to just let it come out. I'm sure I would have felt better afterwards, but I honestly didn't want to see my own vomit right now. Not after all the other disgusting things I'd seen. I'd had enough. Why has all of this happened? At times like this especially, I really longed for my big brother. If only he were here with me. I cried out for him as if in prayer. Brother, please come and save me. Come save me. I can't move. Is somebody there? Is somebody there? It hurts. There was a little girl here with an arm outstretched, begging for help. I rushed over to her side. Oh my god. What's wrong? Are you alright? She was faintly glowing. Is she a ghost? My stomach really hurts. My chest really feels like it's on fire. She seems to be in a lot of pain, but all I can do for her is... Yeah, I don't see any injuries. Is it painful? It hurts. All I could do for her was offer physical comfort. If I rubbed her back, maybe she'd feel better. Thanks. Sorry. This is all I know how to do. It feels a little better now. Does it? So glad to hear that. The girl grimaced again, as if she were experiencing some new pain all of a sudden. You shouldn't push yourself too hard, okay? Okay. So did you get lost in here too? Uh-huh. I don't know. I just woke up in here. Woke up? God. And I've been so alone. Oh, so you've been all alone? All this time? You've been a real trooper then. I gently brushed my hand against the little girl's face, wiping away her tears. I'd only just met her, but I already really felt for her. She had it a lot worse than I did. So tell me, what's your name? Sachiko. Sachiko? Your name is Sachiko? Uh-huh. I'm Yuka. Yuka Machida. Yuka. Big sister Yuka. Big sister. You want me to be your big sister? Oh, it's just a little weird to hear somebody call me big sister. That's all. But I like it. I took Sachiko's tiny little hand in my own and pulled her to her feet. There we go. You can stand, right? Sachiko's hand was so thin and light compared to my own. Not just light, it almost felt like it was completely weightless. I guess she really is a ghost. Sachiko noticed me staring at her, and I must have had quite a look on my face. This seemed to bother her, so I did my best to force a smile. I'm sure she was worried I'd leave her all by herself again. I wanted to make sure she knew I was here for her. What's wrong, big sis? Huh? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about something else. I'm sorry. Sachiko lowered her head and looked like she was about to cry. Why are you apologizing? Because I think I'm a ghost. I'm different from you, big sis. So I'm sorry if I scare you. Was just my fear really upsetting this little girl so much? That's terrible. I took Sachiko's hand in both of mine, turning to face her and ducking down a little so her eyes were level. It's okay. I am scared of ghosts, but I'm not scared of you. I promise. You're not scared? For real? No, I'm not. I'm not scared of you, Sachiko. Big sis, are you going to leave me? I did have to think for a moment, since I knew I couldn't take a ghost with me very far, but in the end, I also knew I couldn't just leave her. Well, will you come with me to look for my big brother? Your big brother? Yeah, he's really kind, really dependable person. I'm sure he'll be really nice to you too, Sachiko. Her head was still down, but her eyes were peeking up at me. She looked nervous, but for the first time since we started talking, she also looked hopeful. You don't mind if Sachiko comes with you? Sure, you're not alone anymore. Yuka, your big sister, is right here for you. Honestly, I was lonely too. I probably wanted her with me just as badly as she wanted someone with her. A ghost or no. Come on, Sachiko, let's go. I turned my head back down the hall, but was stopped by Sachiko tugging on my uniform. She was wearing a forced smile on her face, but still looked uneasy. Big sis, will you do what I say? What you say? What was she going to tell me to do? Oh god. I was so surprised by the question I wasn't sure how best to respond, but the longer I thought about it, the more uneasy she looked, so... your big sister will listen to any request you make. Really? Uh-huh. You can ask me anything you want, anytime. Okay. There was clearly something specific she had in mind, but I wasn't going to push her about it. She'd ask me when she was ready. She seemed satisfied with my answer and let go of my uniform, and so, hand in hand, we continued down the hall in search of my big brother.